but the ladies is active.
Mm-hmm.
The ladies is active. We got Ice Spice versus Lotto. We got Nicki versus Lotto. Nicki versus Meg. Nicki versus Cardi. Nicki versus every woman other than Ice Spice, really.
Facts.
You got uh, Meg versus Nicki. You got you get it. You got the women versus the women. Bitches can't be friends. And at first I thought like, oh, it's just a women in hip hop thing. But when I think about it, it's like all that shit just marketing, bro. Like every bit of the women beefing with each other, that's marketing. Niggas is like, for what it's worth, people not playing Lotto's music as much if it's not something else tied to it. And I don't understand why.
Right.
I don't get why. Like I feel like she's more talented than the next female rapper, or she's just as good, but she don't get enough headlines.
Yeah,
Yeah,
recognition type shit.
at all. Ice Spice, she came out with a drill song. Munch, it was a hit, not nonetheless. But Lotto rap better than her.
Right.
Lotto, I mean, but Spice got more hits, and I mean, Spice got a fucking Taylor Swift song. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's levels to this, and I'm thinking, do you think? Do you think first off, before we get into it, do you think that the women beef, and you think that it's real or it's more of just a rollout?
I feel like just rap culture is about stepping on niggas. I feel like whether it's female or male, I feel like we judge people off of like some of our greatest rappers. We judge like those are pivotal moments in their times where they stepping on another nigga or they stepping on another rapper. And I mean, some of them not so much, but when we look at the art, but I feel like a lot of highs is me going against this particular nigga that's at the top when I'm trying to go to the top, and I'm gonna out rap this nigga out or make a more hit song or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's rap culture in in general. Like me going against the top dogs. But I don't. What was the second?
So basically, saying rap is competitive. Is that what you?
Facts.
Okay.
Facts.
Yeah, yeah.
I
I
think.
feel like that's a given.
No, I'm not saying that it's only competitive. I'm saying that some of the most pivotal moments in a nigga stage is when I get to the top and I challenge the nigga at the top and I shoot at him. And that's where your name buzzes at like the all-time highs. Like, nigga, he went against that nigga.
Yeah.
He's sacred. You don't go against that nigga. And whenever you go against that nigga, I feel like that's when you solidify your career. A lot of the top niggas, I feel like that's what it's been.
Like examples.
With Kim and the Kim went at Foxy, right?
I mean, they was going at each other, yeah.
Yeah,
But
Kim and Foxy.
they started at the same time, so it wasn't
Okay, okay. With Nikki with Kim,
okay.
and Nikki with every other up and coming rapper. It's like the attacks be. I feel like I don't want to say personal, but the attacks be like, in order for me to get where Nikki's at, I have to go at Nikki. That's the only way to get there. I feel like
Okay.
even with niggas with the J and Nas shit, right?
Yeah, they beefed.
They didn't shoot at each other. They
No,
did shoot at.
they
They did
beefed.
shoot at.
They beefed, yes.
Okay, they beef. The Drake and Kendrick shit was a clear
Yeah.
cut nigga. Fuck all you other niggas,
I get what you're
and
saying.
it wasn't.
But to push back on that is with the Kendrick and Drake shit, there was room for both of them. You get what I'm saying? With Hove and Nas, there was room for both of them to go platinum at the same time. There's room for Drake and Kendrick to both go platinum and gold or whatever. When it comes to the women versus the women, when Nicki got her spot, it didn't just mean that Nicki's the top female rapper. That means that Lil Kim has to give up that spot. There ain't room for both of them to be the top. Like we can be like, oh, we got the Kendrick, the Drake, the whatever, Drake, Kendrick, Future. You know what I'm saying? We don't really have that with women, with female rap. We
It's
have
always
Nick.
has to be a number one
It's
spot
an
though.
either or. It's a Nicki or Cardi or Meg or whoever the fuck. I mean, that's really the three. Nicki, Cardi,
Man,
Meg. They don't say it enough, but Doja Cat should be, you know, for obvious reasons. They don't want to put Doja there.
yeah,
But the crazy thing is, Doja's fighting to be accepted as a rapper, and Nicki's been spending her whole career to be fighting to be accepted as a pop star. Like they're both like Nicki and Doja are like two parallel careers looking at each other from the bird eyes view. Like, this is what I've been fighting to be, and she's like, this is what I've been fighting to be, but y'all keep
They
misrepresenting
don't.
me.
Yeah.
Like when I was saying, like the whole scissor
Scissor, yeah,
R&B, like
and we'll talk about that off camera. But yeah,
yeah,
I get what you're saying. I kind of, but at the same time, bro, we can say that it is ideally space for all them niggas. But in all reality, bro, me, you, and GB will sit here and argue is who the best. Off
yeah.
of a lot of niggas, I feel like aim towards that the
I
beef
think I
that
think
did
you missing
happen.
what I'm saying. So yes, there's always going to be anywhere it's
You,
competition. You're always going to say there's a better person than the other. What I'm saying is when Drake and Dot or when anybody they both their sales didn't get affected by it. Either up, they didn't go down. Neither one of their sales went
I
down
get what you're
because of it.
saying.
When it's a Nicki versus Meg, it's not like both of them are going platinum. It's like one goes number one on Apple, one goes number one on Spotify. It's not like they beating Drake's, it's not like they're topping the charts on these. They're just doing better than the other. It's not
Gotcha.
like they're both at the top of,
Propelling at the
yeah,
same time.
exactly. It's
So
like,
that's what you're saying when you're
yeah,
saying there's not enough space for it's got to be one there and the other ones have to take the
yeah,
back seat. I get what you're
always.
saying.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. And we can argue the better. Like that's idealistically, yeah. There's one that's better or one that we like more. But Drake, Cole, Dot, shit, even Wale, these niggas they not looking at their bank account being upset, or they not looking at their streaming numbers being upset. They just comparing it to the next nigga. When you look at Lotto, I'm like, she needed the beef. And I like everything about Lotto's music. I saw her in person and I became an even bigger fan. But I try to think of what is it that's keeping people from not liking Lotto as much as they should. It ain't they can't say it ain't the rapping. Maybe it's the song, maybe it's the beat choice.
Mm.
It,
Or maybe it's maybe I, I feel like
Cause she finer than all of them. If you saying Ice Spice is cuter than Lotto, you sleep.
I'm sleep.
Yeah, you sleep.
Nah, yeah, a
Yeah,
lot of fun.
yeah. Like
But I
just
feel like all of them are like equally in their own like you know what I'm saying.
they all fine.
I
Like they not
yeah
ugly.
yeah
None
yeah.
of them
That's
are.
what I'm
None of
saying.
these women are ugly. Yeah.
If I had a choice, I probably would have to go with. That sucks. All of them. Fuck they talk about. I
Yeah.
can't. You can't leave none of them
Yeah.
out. But
Especially
I
out there in
get. I
Black
mean,
History.
I feel like that's a good point as far as like she needed to beef in order to propel herself to the next to
Or
the
just to get people to start looking at and then let her talent do the rest. But you got to get the eyes to see that your talent actually matters. You dig what I'm saying?
yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense. I can't even.
It's
I
like a
mean,
tree falling in the forest for nobody to hear it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I don't know. I feel like that's what I'm saying. I feel like that is just that's rap when you have to you have like some shit just work in your favor because it can be a nigga that we have no clue about, and then he make a diss and it just buzz, and the talent, everything is already there. But
That
so
sounds
I'm
good in
agree.
theory. That sounds good in theory. But who's the nigga that buzzed off of this that we never heard of?
He
You
got
see what I'm saying?
he
That's
fucking
that's why I
got
had to call a nigga. Like we can say these, but if we can't, like, if it's an idea. Like, yes, we seen movies, we've seen Eminem go against Papa Dot on fucking 8 Mile, and it happened. But in real hip hop, we didn't see no niggas that distant. Well, 50 Cent, 50 Cent,
uh,
50 Cent.
who 50 Cent? Ja.
He dissed the whole rap game,
Oh,
and that's how he got popping. Robbing rappers, or what's it called? Or is it robbing rappers? I think it's called Malone. You know what I'm saying? Robbing rappers.
How
That's
to
97
rob?
word. How to rob. How to
Yeah,
rob. That's what it's called. 50 Cent's the only person that's ever done that in rap history that it actually worked for that I can think of.
yeah.
And Dot maybe, but Dot was already on his way, but he used the control, and that got him way more recognition. Where you got, you know what I'm
the
saying?
biggest. Yeah,
Drake wasn't the biggest at that time. He wasn't.
it was Wayne
Yeah.
with Drake on his fucking coattail. It's the same
Nah, I
thing.
ain't gonna lie. At that time, bro, Drake, you could at that point when that came out, you could argue like Meek Mill versus Drake at that time. Is who's hotter.
Yeah, because nobody expected Meek Mill to get washed like that.
Yeah. No, even before the Meek Mill beef, when Control came out at that time, like niggas wasn't looking at Drake like it was a lot of people. Drake was a lot of people's favorite rapper, but we wasn't looking at him. It was more of
Not
like LeBron first year in Miami.
yeah.
Like if you like Drake, you love him, but niggas wasn't just being like he's the GOAT. Like
No,
we can give him great. You know,
no.
he's one of those
You
greatness.
right. You right about that.
You could
I think
argue,
all of them was in the same pool
yeah.
at that time.
And that's why I love that moment so much, where we could see the Big
But I feel,
Sean's, the
yeah,
Wale's, the
yeah, it
Kid
was all them.
Cudis.
Yeah, it was all.
Yeah,
But that's what I'm saying. I feel like without he would Kendrick would have been who he was with without the song. I feel like,
for
but
sure.
without the beef, I don't know if he would have been. Either one of them would have been where they at now. Without that stigma of, okay, these are the top three niggas. I feel like they would have made it regardless, but I feel like that helped speed the process up. Like, okay, now we got some competition in this shit. Because
Okay.
at that point, like you saying, the playing field was even for everybody. Cause who are he this Big Sean, Cole, Drake.
Big Sean,
He
ASAP, Rocky,
all the
Big
niggas
Crit.
that was
These
at the
like
top.
think about Big Crit. What happened to Big Crit?
Exactly. He all the niggas that he dissed, it was only 3 of them that made it out of that. And it was because they were always destined to be that 3. But I feel like that sped the conversation of somebody got to be the best. And the women now is like now we have 3 or 4. Because I don't know if you want to determine Ice Spice as a powerhouse, but you have 3 or 4
Yeah, you have to.
You have 3 or 4 powerhouse artists that are going for one spot. And hell yeah, I'm gonna shoot at you because I know if we keep continuing this shooting back and forth, I agree. It's a marketing trick to where if I could shoot at Nikki, and I know everybody love Nikki, Nikki got the whole fan base. If I shoot at her, you have to talk about me. You have to address me. You have to acknowledge me. But if I don't shoot, then I have to build this shit brick by brick when I can just express this shit. And when I say express, I'm saying like move it like
So
faster.
what you about to say? Continue saying.
No, I was just saying like you got to move the process faster in order to get where we going type shit.
So you think that the okay? So I'll pose another question.